Hello, and welcome to Cocktails with a Twist of History, your digital destination for all things cocktails. A fan was talking to me about the various interpretations of how the martini was invented. I have 2 episodes about the martini already, but it's an interesting topic, so hey, why not another one? Meanwhile, please make sure to like, subscribe, and follow. It really makes a big difference to us. The fan was saying that one of the ideas is that the martini was invented by a bartender, Martini de Arma de Taga, who created the dry martini for John D. Rockefeller. This was in the Knickerbocker Hotel in New York around 1911. The hotel had just opened in 1906. The problem, of course, is that the martini is already in print in the 1800s. It's talked about in various newspaper articles as early as the 1880s and 1890s. The earliest reference was in 1884, but that was with sweet vermouth. We see a dry martini was in print in the 1890s, and it was already in a cocktail book by 1907. Okay, that's a lot of talk about martinis, so let's make one or two. We're going to make 2 martinis side by side. One is going to be dry and the other is sweet, and we call this science. Okay, we needed to freeze our glasses, so we stuck them into the freezer for a little while. And we are going to be stirring these martinis with the apologies to the James Bond fans. Okay, this is going to be a gin martini, and the 2 are going to be exact as much as I can. And we are going to do it. Here we go. We have our gin. We're going to put in our gin. Here we go. Have our gin. And let's make our dry martini first. We have our dry vermouth, putting that in. And we are going to, this is a stir, so we are going to stir, and it does need quite a bit of stirring. We really want to make sure that it is very, very cold. Shaking does make it colder, but it will also dilute it more. Here we go. And that is about right. And we are going to strain that into our glass. We have 1 martini glass here. My martini glasses are a bit on the big side, but that's not a problem. And we have our olives. We're going to put that in. Okay. Now, let's make our sweet one. And here we've got more vermouth. And we're going to put in vermouth into here. Hold on. Same amount of vermouth. The same amount of gin, same amount of vermouth. The only difference is this time it's a sweet vermouth. We're going to stir it. I made sure to put in about the same amount of ice. We're going to stir it about the same amount of time. It does not have to do exact, but please don't time me. Because I'm sure it's not exact. So here we go. But it does need a lot of stirring. And we are going to strain that into our second glass. This is our sweet martini using the sweet vermouth. Here we go. And we have our olives again. And we are going to try. Here is the dry one first. Cheers. Very, very nice. Cold. It is supposed to be cold. It is delicious. That is a very nice martini. Let's try the sweet one. Lighter. It's this drier one has a little bit more of a bite, maybe. This is a little bit just smoother. But very, very nice. Both have their elegance, you can see, and that is key in a martini. Very, very nice cocktails. It has a clean, bracing taste, and the one thing that everybody agrees on is that it's a classy cocktail. I still maintain my theory that in the 1860s, near the town of Martinez, a guy struck gold and started the whole story. Look back at episode 2 and you'll hear the whole thing. As for my friend saying that it was invented in New York, well, New Yorkers say that everything was invented in New York. We know that a cocktail called the Martinez was printed in a book called The Modern Bartender's Guide. Modern. This was 1884. And the bartender was O.H. Byron. And this cocktail had gin, sweet vermouth, bitters, and curacao. It was refined in Jerry Thomas's book, The Bartender's Guide, in 1887, and this one also has sweet vermouth and bitters. The name changes to the Martini, and this is in 1888 in Harry Johnson's book, New and Improved Illustrated Bartender's Manual. Okay, I thought maybe the dry martini was the Rockefeller one, but the dry martini shows up in a book in 1890, and it changed the sweet vermouth to the dry French vermouth. And again, then in 1907, in William Boothby's book, The World's Drinks and How to Mix Them. Well, so much for the Rockefeller story. Anyway, as usual, if you know other pieces of the history, we want to know it. You can put it in the comments, you can send it to us by email, or you can tell it to the bottle. We want to know. Also, please make sure to like, follow, subscribe, and to send a link of this show to somebody else so they can enjoy cocktails with a twist of history. Thank you.